rent-free. 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 Lives in your head rent-free. 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 Lives in your head rent-free.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, Tech Supreme, back with another episode of Rent Free with Tech Supreme, episode 17. Welcome back. Yeah, I suck. I missed last week, and I said I was going to be more consistent. It didn't happen, but we're here now, and that's all that matters. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for listening. Thank you for checking it out. Thank you for the comments and the replies and the likes. I do appreciate all of it. If you can at this moment, hit the like button wherever format you're seeing this at. Hit the subscribe button, follow button if you like what you hear. If not, tell me fuck off. It's all good. So let's just get the ball rolling on tonight's episode. Give me 1 second. I need to get my clock up, because we do this thing called clock management around here. Cool. All right, so got that together. Now, let's see. A lot of stuff's happened in the last couple weeks, and we're going to talk about a few things that have been fucking with me, been bothering me. I do always want to start off with the update of my journey and health. So, everything's been going good. Weight's been dropping. I got past my weight loss plateau. So I'm feeling real positive right now. I'm in a good groove. Me and Aaron are in a good groove with eating healthy, having the cheat day, which is, it's a little risky to do a cheat day. Normally, you're advised to do a cheat meal, but we're doing a whole cheat day, but we're keeping it reasonable, making sure that we're knocking out those cravings. So during the week, we can focus on eating clean and getting to those good macros. We bought a smoothie, a Ninja Pro blender, which is awesome. It's amazing. I think we've both been using it multiple times every day now. I haven't had a regular protein drink since we got it, and that's pretty awesome to be able to get your protein in a more interesting way than just mixing it in a bottle, in a blender bottle, the brand blender. But so like adding frozen fruit. I don't know why I always say vegetables when I mean frozen fruit, because I think it's because it's foreign to me. Like freezing fruit is foreign to me. I've never done it or thought about it. So when I always freeze, like frozen vegetables is a thing. Like I have frozen vegetables, so my mind always defaults to frozen vegetables, even though it's fruit. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, we've been doing that a lot, and the meals have been fun. We've been planning out our meals before, in the beginning of the week. This is real easy to get to our calorie goals that way. So we're locked in, and I love it. I don't know if I did this last time, but I actually did join a gym. I've been going back to Fit City, which is not too far from where I live, and I've enjoyed it. Today was the first day that I wore a mask, which I kind of feel like an asshole for not wearing a mask, but then it is very difficult to get a good workout in with the mask, especially with the one I have, which I'll talk about in a second. But as far as the gym is concerned, that's one of the best decisions I've made recently, was going back to the gym. I feel like I have a really good home setup, but it's very basic. And with the winter coming, I didn't want to lose any momentum in my journey. So I figured joining a gym would be the best way to make sure that I don't lose my progress. And actually, I feel like it's helped tremendously, because now my workouts are 1,000 times more intense. It's just with the plethora of equipment, and I'm not in home. I'm not in my garage watching TV, because I have a TV in my garage. It's more like you got to get to it. You got to get on it. You got to you have all the cardio machines there, which I've been doing 30 minutes of cardio before every lift session. It's just a better environment for working out than the garage by myself. So I've already noticed differences in my strength, and I can tell the differences forming in my physique in certain areas. I was lifting today, and I saw a bunch of striations in my arms, and it felt really good to see that again. So it's super exciting. I won't keep going on about the health fitness journey update, but that's where I'm at. Back in the gym, back focused. I mean, for the last 60 some odd days, we've been focusing on eating clean, and I did drink Halloween night, which was a blast, and I don't regret doing that. It was fun. I do struggle with drinking for some reason. It's not that I don't want to drink. It's not a desire to drink. It's that I can't bring myself to drink, which is weird because like I've never been an alcoholic, never had an alcohol problem. I will say that I drink too much, but I also feel like now like a drink a night is too much. A drink every 2 or 3 nights is too much. You know what I'm saying? So like now my opinions on that have changed. So like last weekend I wanted a beer, but then like I just couldn't bring myself to do it, and that's just a weird thing. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't think it's that serious, where like I have to be completely militant against alcohol. Everything in moderation. Obviously, for my goals, alcohol does not fit into those goals at all. So like that's the reason why I'm not drinking, because I want to get to a certain level, a certain point physically, and alcohol is not going to help you do that. It's going to take you another way. It's just literally nothing nutritional about it. But I do enjoy the social aspect of it. So for instance, I know when we go on a honeymoon, I'm going to be drinking. Like that's just not a honeymoon, but our 1 year anniversary vacation. I'm going to be drinking. It's unavoidable. But the relationship has just changed. That's all. Which it's very interesting that when you pull yourself out of it, you know how you feel about it. It's very interesting. The first topic outside of the journey update is Cali Muscle. Now, if you don't know Cali Muscle, he is a 46-year-old ex-bodybuilder who's still, you know, once you're a bodybuilder, he's in a lifestyle, but he's one of the most popular content creators on YouTube, period. Like a couple million, you know, viewers. He makes episodes every single day. He's an interesting guy. He used to be a ex-con. He used to be in prison. Very uplifting, but in a harsh way, almost. His videos are very condescending, but like it's meant to be motivational, and it is motivational. Obviously, this guy is he looks like a monster, right? And he's taking steroids. It's obvious. Well, you know, we had the death of a bodybuilder, and I forgot his name. Please forgive me. And that same exact day, Cali Muscle, the reason I'm bringing him up, he had a massive heart attack, 100% blockage in his left artery. So I bring this up and I tie it into the journey update because it's, for one, you know, steroids is gonna zap your heart out. Period. I mean, not period, but it increases your risk, right? And this is not for people who are on steroids. It's for people who aren't taking their health seriously. Now, me and my friends, we're all getting older. We're at the age now where we need to be more responsible with ourselves, right? You can kind of get away with it in your 20s. You need to start getting your shit together in your 30s. But when you hit the 40s, you better have your shit together. Otherwise, your shit just might snap out and you not know why. Simple as that. Go to your doctor. If you don't have a doctor, find a doctor. If you don't have insurance, find a way to get insurance. And start getting your body checked out. And stop ignoring shit. Cali Muscle ignored a lot of shit, and he almost lost his life for it. He's very fortunate. It's the heart attack he has called the Widowmaker. And he just had twins last year or 2 years ago. And I don't want to see anybody I know suffer unnecessarily because of the choices they've made. Now, the choices he made was not only anabolic steroids, but also food. His diet was horrible. In the year that I've been watching his YouTube videos again, like kind of daily, I mean, he's been eating McDonald's in the morning. He tries to sprinkle in some like Greek food during the day, but for a bodybuilder, he eats like complete trash. Obviously, he's not competing anymore, and this is more about for YouTube, but he still maintains his physique, which is still impeccable. Like, his physique is still impeccable, but, you know, his heart said, fuck it. And thank God that he, you know, was able to survive that. But, like, learn from him. Like, learn that lesson. Like, a wiser man learns lessons from other people. Take care of your health, guys. Like, seriously, one of the biggest things is I've been self-employed since I was 26. So about, 14 years? And so I never had health insurance until recently. And that weight that is lifted now that I have a doctor that I can talk to, like my doctor, and insurance, and like I know what's going on in my body, and even more so now that I know what I'm putting into my body, and I'm taking care of my body on the level that we all need to be taking care of ourselves with. It's a huge burden of stress is lifted. So go to the doctor, take care of yourself. All my friends, everyone who can hear this, do not hesitate. Don't ignore shit. Don't ignore anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be hyper attentive to your body, because you only get one. You only get one life, and in an instant, it could just fucking be gone. And you know, let it be a lesson. And that's all I gotta say. It's a rant, but like, I feel passionate about health right now, and I feel like a lot of the mistakes that I've made as far as like not being attentive to my health, I got lucky. I dodged, it's dentist too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got lucky where like shit wasn't that bad. Shit wasn't like nothing crazy. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't wait. If you are on it, good for you. Good shit. Moving on. Now, this is a topic that we've all been talking about. The Kyle Rittenhouse case is going on. The fucking goofy kid, 17-year-old at the time, goes to Kenosha, Wisconsin, and murders 2 people. And if you've seen any part of this case, you know that this judge is on his side. It's like not even a debate at this point. Like, this judge is the goofiest of the goofies, and he is literally like that phrase, kangaroo court. Like, that's what it is. It's a fucking joke at this point. Like, I've been watching it and like just getting fucking mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, how could like the kid was able to pull names out of his hat to pick his jury? What are we doing? The judge is just like ranting on about him not being able to use text messages, and it's just the weirdest shit. But it's the weirdest shit, but it's literally it really feels like this boy Kyle about to get off with murdering those two people and shooting another. I mean, I don't understand how we're talking about it. He's a 17-year-old, crossed state lines with an legally acquired AR-15 because he is a minor. He's not allowed to have an AR-15. And he kills 2 people. And somehow, some way, the fucking assholes of this world claim it's self-defense. I mean, but, like, we know who it is. Like, people who don't have regard for the reason people were rioting and protesting. So it's funny too, because it's mad ironic that this white kid goes down there and kills 2 other white dudes, and like at a Black Lives Matter protest. That's ironic as fuck. That's crazy. This whole situation is fucked up. I hate to say it, but I just think he's gonna get off. They've already activated National Guard in Wisconsin to in preparation of the verdict, which they are deliberating in deliberation right now. So we'll see what happens, but you and I know how this usually plays out, and it's not usually in the favor of justice. At the same time, they got the Ahmaud Arbery case going on, which is completely swept under the rug. One of the prosecutors tried to get out said no more black pastors in the court. It's a mess. It's very hard to even find. Like, it's just not being publicized, which I think is on purpose. I think they're sweeping Ahmaud's case under the rug, and they're calling it Ahmaud's case and not the case of the actual killers, which I thought was super interesting. Like, the Kyle Rittenhouse case, it's because he's the shooter, he's the fucking killer. But now they call it the Ahmaud Arbery case, but he's the victim, and he's literally the victim. And even if it's that cut and dry of a case that Ahmaud Arbery's is, they're still finding a way to say it's his fault. They literally hunted this man down. And the shout out to the property owners, because so if you guys don't know the story completely, just a brief recap. Ahmaud Arbery was jogging, and he stopped into a vacant house and walked around and looked around. And then he left, and then these 3 white racists hunted him down with Confederate flags on their fucking trucks and killed him. Simple as that. That's what happened. But the homeowner said Ahmaud Arbery it was okay to be there. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't take anything. Here's the footage. And here's some white kids going in there doing the same thing. Here's a white couple going in there to do the same thing. So the guy who owns the house was like, I had no problem with Ahmaud Arbery being there at all. So that was a stand-up thing. Unfortunately, in that case as well, you can kind of get that feeling that it's not going to go in the way of justice. Again, we all know the system is made the way it's made. And it's interesting to see what happens. I guess we got to sit and watch, man. But It seems like in these both cases, innocent people lost their lives, and now we're getting, we're all getting put through the system. Like, we're visually getting put through the system, even if the way they're even handling the news is the part of the system. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with the Kyle Rittenhouse case and the fake crocodile tears being on front page, and New York Post and New York Times is basically like writing biased ass headlines to show their approval of Kyle. But then you get in this Ahmaud Arbery case where they're being held, they're being swept under the rug. The whole case is being swept under the rug. No one's really talking about it. No one knows the names or the faces of the criminals who killed him. It's just it's like fucking clockwork. It's clockwork at this point. Like, I'm old enough to know that this feels like fucking clockwork. So, yeah, let's just move on. Big news, huge news. Tragedy happened at the Travis Scott concert, Astroworld in Houston, Texas. 9 people currently is the number of people who've passed. It was 8, but then it moved to 9 once a woman who was brain damaged passed away. So basically, what happened, from what we know, is that the crowds were too big. A bunch of kids snuck in. A lot of people snuck in, and there was so much pushing forward that people got trampled and passed out, and the end result, I guess we really don't know exactly what happened, but the end result was a lot of people lost their lives, and Travis Scott seemed very oblivious. Now, people are torn between blaming the venue, blaming Travis Scott. I think everyone's to blame, and the one group that's not getting blamed, that should be getting blamed, is the actual crowd. Now, I don't know the mechanics or the science behind crowds. You know what I mean? Like, somebody I know was trying to allude that there's a science behind crowds and why it's impossible to stop them like that. I don't know that science. I just know that I couldn't walk over someone to get a better view of Travis Scott. I couldn't trample someone because I want to see someone perform so bad. I don't think I've ever wanted to see anyone perform that bad. And there's been times I've been in concerts and festivals where I wanted a better vantage point, and if I can't get it, just peacefully, then I really don't need it. I'm not that thirsty for anything. And even if it was a surge, I would be more angry that I'm getting pushed and shoved. That I would not want to be a part of that. So I think there's something needs to be said just about the people who actually did the murdering. And unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever know specifically, but it's a tragedy. It sucks. Everyone's responsible. Everyone who put the show on, the performance, the performer, the fucking everyone, staff, everyone's responsible. Something like that should never happen at a concert, ever. I can't imagine. I truly cannot imagine the horror that I know. And then, like, I had this thought, like, can you imagine, like, you're fucking dying, and then the last thing you hear is, like, Travis Scott saying yeah in autotune, like, because he kept the show going. It was literally declared a mass casualty event, and he performed for 30 more minutes. There's a breakdown somewhere. Either there's willful ignorance, or, like, either, like, they knew and didn't care, or, like, someone needs to be held accountable. There's not too much to say about that particular situation that hasn't already been said. It's just rest in peace to all those who lost their lives and the families affected by that. It's terrible. Now let's get to the this is my first tech review on the podcast right here. I have acquired a Razer Zephyr mask. I will turn it on for the YouTube, and if you are listening to this on streaming sites, you can also check out the video on YouTube. Now, I wore this mask in the gym today, and I did have the fans on, so the fans are on pretty high right now. It actually felt pretty comfortable in the gym. The only problem, I feel self-conscious wearing it because I feel like I'm the only one wearing a mask. There's a few people in it who come to the gym who wear a mask, but for the most part, no one's wearing a mask. So I felt that. Plus, it's a very obviously interesting piece to have on your face with the RGB lights and all the good stuff. But I enjoyed wearing it. I probably will wear it again tomorrow to the gym. Now it's supposed to be, let's see, 99% BFE, so the efficiency, right? It's N95 grade filters. It does a pretty good job. It feels like while I was in the gym, one of my pieces fell off. One of the guards fell off, and the filter came out, and I can immediately feel the difference in the air. So this definitely blocks out a lot of the air coming in, which is pretty awesome. I believe it's worth it. Erin, my wife, thinks I'm extra as fuck, but I am. I mean, my name is Tech Supreme. It's not because of guns. I love tech. I love comic books and video games and tech, so this is right up my alley. I'm very happy to have gotten one, although I did pay quite a bit over retail, but that's okay. Sometimes you have to take an L. But yeah, if you're into this type of technological stuff, and you have to wear a mask, you believe that wearing a mask is something that we're just going to have to end up doing going forward, which I'm fine with. This is more safe than a cloth mask. It may not be as perfect as a legitimate surgical grade mask, but this is better than a cloth mask, which is the 99% of what I see people wear. And it's fucking cool as shit. So I like it. I think people will like it. The drops are horrendous on Razer. If you can get one through the drops, more power to you. I went through Macari, which is kind of like eBay, but I think a little bit better. But there you go. That's the Razer Zephyr. And yeah, and I would definitely suggest this for anyone who has to wear a mask. So I think I'm going to cut the episode there. I do appreciate you checking out Rent Free with Tech Supreme. I'm going to do another episode this week, and this one's going to be completely dedicated to my MCU rankings. Last week was Disney Plus Day, which was last Friday, and they released a bunch of MCU movies on IMAX format, which is absolutely amazing. If you have not watched these movies in IMAX format, do so at home. It is actually a better experience to me. I'm also, I'm into graphics and stuff like that, so like I do understand like why I like it, the composition wise. I think it's better. So check that out, and that's about it. So I will see you guys next time. Be safe. Love everyone that you come in contact with. Be a beacon of light. And these are just the things that live rent free in my head. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Peace and good night. I don't know.
Rent free. Rent free. Rent free. Lives in your head rent free. Rent free. Rent free. Rent free. Lives in your head rent free.